Welcome and good morning. We are here at the Chinatown shopping complex at Windhoek, where a number of people have gathered for the mass demonstration against counterfeit goods at Chinatown. Now, this is all sparked by the burning of counterfeit goods with $5 million. A number of people have called on activists and political figures to assist them. And two of those people are the NEFF, that is the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters, as well as affirmative repositioning. Now, two of those from those parties members currently, that is Michael Amashulelo as well as Deblukeni Nuyoma, are currently incarcerated following a very similar protest, but what the state now has called in their bail hearing as an illegal gathering. Now, this protest is essentially against the counterfeit goods that are not being destroyed, which belong to Chinese nationals here at Chinatown. As you see, a number of people have gathered, and they have a number of stops that they're going to do. We, according to what we are hearing and according to the information we get from the leaders of NEFF and AR, is that this group will then move to the Ministry of Home Affairs, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, as well as the Namibia Revenue Agency and the Chinese Embassy in Ludwigsdorf. Now, they're going to walk from here. As you can see, we now have one of AR's leadership here, that is George Kambala. Thank you very much for joining us, George.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. Just tell us exactly what is happening here. Why have you gathered here this morning?
Well, we gathered here to hand over a petition to the Chinese Chinatown guys. We're informed that it's Tina Hu and Jack Wang that own the building. So the idea is that we have certain demands in the petition that we're saying, look, the issues of payments and then also not banking with our banking institutions is a problem. Because every day we were told that they ship boxes full of Namibian dollars money to China, and that's a problem. And also in terms of also rentals, I mean, we know that our young entrepreneurs have also ventured into properties, and the properties are sitting empty, but these guys are up here sleeping in the same shop. But if that happens to a Namibian that has a shop and are sleeping in the same premises, City of Windhoek will be there the following day, and Nampo will be kicking me out of my property. But these guys here are sleeping in the same workplace. Some of them are sleeping in a factory where they manufacture cleaning products and so forth. And I say that it's wrong. You can't. A law cannot be good for one person and bad for the other. So if you're implementing the law should be non-discriminatory, and that's why we are gathered here. But this is just the beginning point. We still have to go to Home Affairs, to Kawana, and say, look, Kawana, you and you welcoming Chinese like this, because we understand that a few guests from Chita Cement were deported because you don't have work permits. So we want your lazy people there at immigration to come and do work here at Chinatown as well, to come and verify if these people have work permits, and if these places are up to diligence of fitness and safety and health and safety. That's one. Then we go to Namra. We say Shivute, well and good with a $2 million job that you cried for. We understand you cried for the job, but I also say that you must also stop your nonsense of banning products that are apparently counterfeit. Yes, you understand the law permits it, but also here, every day here, we buy counterfeit products. For example, we also bulk counterfeit products. This is a counterfeit cover. But here, so why don't you also come and confiscate these things? We all know what's happening in this place. We all know, even until at the sunlight, dishwashing soap liquid is being sold. They're counterfeited. But you are there in your office claiming that you are only going to do what you are doing. So then from there, we go to the Chinese Embassy. I mean, to trade first, just to say, to tell Lucia that, Lucia, look, these investors that you call counterfeiters are here. Please come and remove them and stop allowing counterfeiters to be in this country under the pretext of investors. And then we go to the Chinese. And the Chinese, we appreciate our relationship in terms of the struggle, but now it's economic struggle. It's either you bring proper investment in this country, or you ship out your useless Chinese people. We don't want any useless person in this country. We want people that we want active citizens, we want active investors, and not passive people. So that's why we are here today, and this is why young people are here. Young people are angry. Young people are because also the state is not opening up a proper environment to do business. Young people have tried. They tried with their order with me. They have tried with the football. They have tried with so many other avenues. But the government at every avenue, government has found a way to chop off their legs. So I said no more. Now we are taking action. We are tired of all this nonsense that's happening in this country. So the government must come and address these issues quickly, or else things will start to degenerate.
Yeah. What do you say to those people that are saying that your actions and the actions of these people here are number one, xenophobic towards the Chinese nationals, and number two, the people who are saying that you are inciting public violence?
Well, I mean, look, so how am I inciting xenophobic? Look, it's a law that's there that says that no counterfeit products. Now, why is it that a black Namibian child can't sell counterfeit products, but a Chinese can? Then we are all xenophobic then, from parliament to the implementers of the law. So those xenophobic utterances are rubbish, and it's baseless. So the one that's saying that is probably needs education, needs to go and do some other matters. Yes.
Thank you very much for talking to us. I know you have to go back to the team now.
All right. Thank you very much.
That was George Kambala, one of the leaders there of the affirmative repositioning movement. You also now have the spokesperson of AHA here to my right-hand side, Simon Kanime, speaking to the people. As George Kambala said, they have about 4 stops here, and the people who I was referring to was firstly the Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration and Safety and Security, Albert Kawana. That's the first stop. The second stop, as he said, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, where Minister Lucia Ipumbu is the head of that ministry. You also have the Namibia Revenue Agency. The head there is Commissioner Sam Shevuta. That is the people who I was referring to, and then the last stop is the Chinese embassy in Ludwigsdorf. As you can hear, he's also speaking, Kanime is also speaking about Amusholelo and Nuyoma, who are currently incarcerated following their arrest last week Friday for a very similar gathering, which the police and the state has now in their bail hearing called it an illegal gathering. But as you can see, there's announcements being made.
We see a lot of police vehicles deployed here and a lot of police officers. They are our brothers and sisters. They come from our homes. They are not here to harm anybody. They are not here to shoot. This is a legal public gathering, and the police have been notified accordingly in terms of the public gathering age of 1989. So no one must be scared. Even if they carry guns, they are not going to shoot anybody. So we are safe here, we are legally here, and it's our constitutional right to be able to protest whenever we wish to do so. We don't need anybody to give us permission to protest. It's a constitutional provision, it's a constitutional right, and we can wake up and protest any day. So we shouldn't be scared. We must be in high spirit as we wait for the other colleagues that have been transported to come. So what we want to announce is that we are just informed now that there are other colleagues of us that are working here that are locked in by the Chinese there inside. So we are very peaceful, and we are asking the Chinese that are locking our people inside there to open them up. So we don't want to get very angry. So they must open the people to come out. Yeah. So the police must communicate the message. They came to report to us that others were locked inside by the Chinese for them not to be able to participate. So peacefully, we are asking everybody to be released from the inside, or unless we are going to get them out ourselves. So in terms of our brothers and sisters that are standing there, this protest has to do with all these Chinese complexes that are here. So they have to be closed while we are running this program. Because we are here because we want to assist them. So if they don't want to join the protest, they must go home or go far. You must not roam around here. So if you are not part of us, you must go away. So we are here because this thing cannot operate from now. We are addressing problems and issues that we are facing here. We know Chinese nationals are busy harassing and having sex with their girlfriends there. We know all those details. We know they are not paying the workers in those complexes there. So we are not here for the sake of being. We are here because we want to help them. So with the assistance of the police, those that are scattered around, it's either they come here or they go home. We want to deal with one crowd. So that is very important. And they must communicate the message that the Chinese must open the people that they are locking inside there so they can join the protest. It's a little protest. It's not some useless thing. So if you want to be part of the protest, join everybody here. If you don't want to go home, go away from here. We don't want problems. Yeah, so if you are not interested, you must move before we get angry. So that message is important. Yes. So those that are here for the protest must join everybody. Yes, if not, then they must leave the premises. Because maybe you are spies, we don't know. Maybe you want to kill us. Don't be roaming around there. You are not a police officer or a journalist. Journalists can be allowed to stand because they must cover the news. But we can't have a student standing around like that. Maybe they want to shoot some of us. So, with the assistance of the police, those that are there, if they can't join us, please help them to move away from this place. Yeah, this is a very serious problem. So we started the program here in terms of what is going to happen, because it's a very long program. Okay, it's a very long program. We said we are starting from 9 o'clock until sunset. So, but our people seem to be intimidated. They shouldn't be intimidated. So, not by the police, not by the Chinese bosses, not by politicians. Even our police officers, they are sending us messages that we are with you. Don't worry, it's just for the sake of uniform. So we must not be worried. There is support of the cause. Yes, so we shouldn't be scared. We shouldn't be worried. Even our Chinese friends are happy with us in the cause. Yes, we must take the news so they tell the big boss in Beijing. We are very serious with these things. Yes, so the program will start shortly. Of course, we are waiting for the seniors, the leadership of NEFF. We are here in solidarity as a affirmative representative movement. It's not my program. So the leadership of NEFF will be here. The program, then we run the program. We say it's starting 9 o'clock to sunset. Meaning it's a very long program, and the colleagues are coming to give direction in terms of what is going to happen. Yes, so let's use our phones. Tell those that are still at the location to come and join you guys. Those that are far, also to come and join. Yes.
Today you have a spokesperson of the affirmative positioning, Simon Ajimere, informing the people of why they're still here, why they're waiting and to move, and if they're not part of it, they must move. We also know, as you can see, there are a number of police cars. According to what we've counted, there are over 20 police cars here. That is city police as well as the Namibian police gathered here in big numbers. It seems that they are quite on high alert here at the Chinatown. They've also, the AR has also now instructed all those around who are not going to join it, not going to join the protest, to move from the area because they are not here with the leadership. Also hearing there from Amonime, Amonime, that it seems that a number of Chinese shop owners are locking in their employees and made a call for them to come and join the protest. Some more instructions are being given in Oshiwambo, so please do stay with us as we are still here live at Chinatown waiting for the program to start. As they said, they are waiting for the NEFF's leadership, that is Kalimbo Ipumbu, and also one a fellow member of parliament, that is Epaphras Mukwilongo, who has also been accused for and charged for incitement to commit an offense as well as public violence. Now, they appeared in court on Monday and their case has been postponed to the 5th of July. Later this afternoon, the bail hearing of Amasholelo and Nuyoma is to continue there at the Windhoek Magistrates Court in Katatura, as the investigating officer is to continue his testimony, and then after that both of the state and the defense will therefore give their submissions, and then we will await the judgment there from the magistrates court. That is the court proceedings there that are still ongoing on the case of Amasholelo and Nuyoma there, who are currently still incarcerated, and they also are part of the reason why this crowd gathered here today, to say that they were arrested for exercising their right, and that is to publicly demonstrate. As you heard Amonimo also say that, he specifically said that that they want them to be freed, that their gathering was a constitutional right and it was not illegal, as the state said in their case in the bail hearing when they made their case and when they were asking questions. Now you can just see the crowds are starting to get bigger here at Chinatown. Over 50 people can be seen here, and equally the number of police officers are also here. The police said that they hope that this protest will not get violent and will be a peaceful protest. But as you heard there, Simon Amunime notified the people and the police that this is a peaceful demonstration and that they are exercising their right. Now, once again, if you just joined, thank you so much for joining us here on the Namibians page and on Desert Radio. That is 95.3, or alternatively on desertradio.fm. We are currently at the Chinatown shopping complex in the northern industrial area here at Windhoek, where people have gathered to demonstrate against counterfeit products being destroyed by the Namibia Revenue Agency. That was about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, where NAMRA destroyed products worth 5 million Namibian dollars, saying that it's counterfeit products. And according to the act of NAMRA, it is therefore allowed to destroy counterfeit products. Now, this group here has said that the law is not being applied across all fields, not across all board. We have, they said, the Chinese nationals who are selling counterfeit products here and saying that the law should be applied across all nationals and not just Namibians. Now, NAMRA has come out in a statement to say that, number one, it's not just Namibian counterfeit products who were destroyed, but they also said a number of other nationalities' products were also destroyed. However, they did not mention. But according to the state, they found out that Chinese nationals' products were also being destroyed. Now, that is what the state in court said this week in the bail hearing of Amasholelo and Nuyoma. But please do stay tuned as we do show you more scenes here from Chinatown, and we will keep you updated on the protest as it moves. So do not change that dial. If you're joining us on Facebook Live, thank you very much for joining us. If you're joining us on the radio, thank you very much for joining us. Stay tuned and we will continue to bring you scenes from Chinatown.
We have made it very clear. You don't even better go home or come and join us there, but join. But the message is very clear. Can the Namibian police please assist us to open up the gate so that those people can come out? Nowhere today there is a serious business.
is that patriarchal men looking to Jahan.
Arrived here at Chinatown. That is Makalimbo Pumbu, the second in charge of the Namibian Economic Freedom Fighters, who is currently the head and the leading force of this mass demonstration. They're speaking to the regional commander, Commissioner Ishmael Basson, on just the way forward, and he will now seemingly address the crowd on what is the way forward and what is supposed to happen. As we know, there's a number of stops starting here at Chinatown, moving on to the Ministry of Home Affairs and Immigration and Safety and Security, as well as the Ministry of Trade. Then they will move to the Namibia Revenue Agency, and then next they will go to the Chinese Embassy in Ludwigsdorf. Now, the number of stops, they're through town, and they are set to start here and then move on to all these stations. As you heard there earlier, Simon Amonima said that they are going from 9 until sunset. The aim is there to be there the entire day. We are now waiting for an update there from Ipumbu there to give it to the people and just speak to them and tell them what is the way forward, as they are now speaking to and updating with the regional commander, Commissioner Basson.
They are going to be fired. And some of them are already fired. It's not even a thing. Tell Tony why he is sitting at the labor issue is sitting with us here. And they must come here and listen. We have brothers and sisters that are being threatened. If they join us here, they are going to lose their job. And we even have brothers and sisters that have lost their job and they are sitting there because they are still associating themselves with us. This is not a threat. We are going inside whoever fired the employees. The police must know. Personally, me, I'll go inside there to demand fairness for these people. We have brothers and sisters that are fired here. We cannot fire someone who is doing a democracy tonight.
Excuse me. Can I just
together. So the police, we are giving you 10 minutes, get our brother. That's not a prison. That's not a cell. It's not a prison cell. And we are giving you the message. It's like we're reporting to you. So failure to do so, we don't want you to say we're caused of violence here. So please, officers, open up, get our brothers from the cells of the Chinese. That is not a police cell. It's either you get them or we will get them ourselves. Please, that is not a police cell. You cannot just send people inside there. Yeah, you colony. Yeah, you colony. Yeah, you colony. Upika Namibia. Amandla. High discipline. High discipline. Power to the youth. Power to the youth. Down Namra. Down Namra. Down Sebastian. Down Sebastian. Down Samshivota. Down Samshivota. Down Namra. Down Namra. Power to the youth. Power to the youth. Amandla. Amandla. Power to the youth. Power to the youth. We kindly ask the Namibian police to give us a report to get our brothers and sisters in shop number 16, shop number 21. You are delaying us. You are here because of us. Please assist us.
Oh, Aporis Mashinamesh. Kusaiko Shina, Shiran, Yama Malum. In the Tuakuana,
Follow me.
a a confrontation between some affirmative repositioning movement members there, insisting, or three of the leadership members there, three of the leadership went to one of the gates at the Chinatown shopping complex here at Windhoek, trying to get out what they say is some of them members, and essentially wanted to go get some of the people who are being locked up by what they say is Chinese shop owners. Allegedly locking up some of their workers and employees and allowing them to come out, and they wanted to go take them out, but the police stopped them, and that's what you saw here. Confrontation there between AR members and the police, and essentially the crowd wanted to go as well, but the police managed to stop them, and it seems now that everything is back to order, and the leadership is now saying that that they have high moral and they have high discipline, trying to calm down the crowd. They were trying to, according to them, allegedly, there are some employees locked in the shops by the Chinese shop owners, by the shop owners here at Chinatown, and they are alleging that they are being held there in one of those shops, and they were at this specific gate they wanted to go in when the police stopped them and said we cannot do that, and it's not right for them to do that, and essentially the crowd wanted to join. As you saw, there was a quick disruption there, but it seems like law and order has been brought. We now have the Deputy Inspector General, that is Joseph Shikonga, here currently at the scene, also came here to see what's happening. We also hear that the riot police, or the Special Reserve Force, known to keep order and peace when it comes to riots, are in the nearby vicinity. We saw their cars move around a number of times, also just checking the situation according to what we're saying. Now the general is speaking to the leadership there of the NEFF and of AR there, speaking to them and talking to them about what, and briefing them about what they can and what they cannot do. It seems like it is a private briefing there. The media is not allowed to join that briefing, but they are being briefed and they are informing them about what they can and cannot do, it seems. But we will find out afterwards what is happening in terms of the briefing there. We are still here at Chinatown shopping complex here at Windhoek, and they are currently having a briefing. They are currently having a briefing, as you can see there, about what they can and cannot do. It seems like the deputy IG is just informing them of the fact that they said it was a peaceful demonstration and that peace should be maintained at all times.
Because when you talk of an embassy, even Namibian embassy, I want to make this very clear that even Namibian embassy, whether it's in Pretoria, whether it's in New York, it's an independent state. That's why we cannot enter it. Many countries in America today, if somebody run into the Namibian embassy in America, nobody, not the American police, can even go there, because regardless, it's a completely sovereignty in a particular that is set internationally. So if we need more clarification, you are a member of parliament, what you need to engage, let's engage Ministry of International Relations, and then we see how we can deal with that situation. But I'm just suggesting that it will be counterproductive for us to go. If you want, you can go, but the information that we're having is that the Chinese they've decided at the embassy level, probably they consulted from Beijing, and this may be the advice they were given. So, indeed, they are not ready to receive the petition. It's the message that I wanted to communicate to you.
It's surprisingly now that the Chinese, whether it's an ambassador or whether it's a representative, refusing to take the petition.
Please,
I think it was not a demand.
Hello, can you stop it here?
Yeah.
The media, please. I think this way just to consult, but you are capturing us on consultation. Can you leave it now? Then we will come to talk to you once we are done. This is our consultation for now. Please, can we stop recording now? Then we move that side. We will have a time when we call you now.
That was the NEFF leadership, they mainly just being Kalimbo Pumbu, as well as the Deputy Inspector General for Operations, Deputy IG for Operations, Joseph Sikongo, and just talking about what is expected from both of them, talking about what they want from this, and the NEFF saying one of the very prominent quotes that came from it was that the Chinese do not respect us. That was from the NEFF, and the police saying no, that is not the matter here. This is what they've agreed upon, and this is where they are willing to go. That is what we now have there from the AR leadership, the NEFF leadership, and the Namibian police leadership there. So we are yet to find out where we are going to go next. We know that essentially the first arrangement was to go to the Home Affairs Ministry here in Windhoek North. Here in Windhoek, as they are just amping each other up and about to start. They're going to start here. A number of we can't but we at now over 20 police cars at this protest. We just bumped into that is very close to the business partner. This is quite on high alert. And it seems that they are about to start in 5 minutes. It seems that there's another briefing there with the leadership of AR and the Namibian police, informing them of what they expected from them during this protest and how far the AR and the NEF protesters are allowed to go and how far they are not allowed to go. There seems to be a disagreement where the NEF feels like they're not being respected by the Chinese nationals who own and who sell and operate in these buildings behind me. Essentially, one of the reasons why they're protesting is also for the low wages. Last week, Friday, when we were live, we heard the employees say that some of them pay up to $25 a day, and that amounts to $500 a month, and that's all they get for the 7 days that they work here at Chinatown. It seems like they will continue, and there is about to be a briefing there by the AR and the NEFF leadership. So we're going to head over there and just hear what they have to say. It's believed that they will update the people, tell the people where exactly they're going to head and what the police is saying. The media was chased from the briefing there essentially, so we are hoping we are going to find the briefing and find more information from there. But George Kambala did inform us that they will start in about 5 minutes. It seems like Stina Wu is here now. As you can see here, we do have Sina Hu currently here at the Chinatown shopping center to receive one of the petitions. And they are therefore unhappy that the Chinese nationals are allowed to sell counterfeit goods, yet Namibians' goods are being confiscated and burned. And that is essentially what sparked all of this. Sina Hu is here. It seems like they are about to hand over the petition. There is an image there that one of the protesters are holding, where a Chinese national is seen caressing the breasts there of allegedly two Namibian young ladies. This one. Yes, we are just heading to where the petition will be handed over. This is right here in the middle, where they expect to hand over the petition to Sina Hu. You can see they're between the two police officers, right to my right hand side. They also expect to read the petition and hand over a petition there to Sina Hu, that is. Sina Hu is said to be the owner of this complex along with Jack Wang, according to reports here from both the police and the leadership of the two movements, that is NEFF, and which is a political party, and AR movement. They are expected to hand over the petitions here today.
majority of our people forward. Forward to the young people forward. Away with corrupt politicians away. Away with corrupt politicians away. Away with captured police officers away. Down with them shooting down. Down with them shooting down. Down with telling our goods down. Down with exploitation of workers down. Down with Chinese arrogance down. Down with Chinese arrogance down. Down with Chinese racism down. Forward with the Namibian spirit forward. Forward with the Namibian spirit forward. Sexual harassing our sisters away. Sexual harassing our sisters away. Down with capturing our politicians down. Down with capturing our politicians down. Down with capturing our police down. Down with bribing our officials down. Down with running the media from Beijing down. Down with running the media from Beijing down. Down with Tinawu down. Down with Tinawu down. Down with Chinese arrogance down. Long live to the spirit of Tumayoma, long live. Long live to the spirit of Abushalero, long live. Long live to our lawyers, long live. Long live to Gadia Bobo, long live. Long live to Nabu Mata, long live. Long live to Nishu to Kenu, long live. Forward to the job and panda forward. Forward to the job and panda forward. Forward with demonstration forward. Forward with demonstration forward. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, thank you for coming. I'm very happy. We must not be scared. We must never be scared. Yes, because our brothers and sisters that got arrested here, they were very peaceful on Friday. They carried no arms, they carried no guns, they carried no panga or knife. They came here peacefully without arms. They were tear gassed and beaten and arrested into the police jail. Of course, that's why some are released and that's why the others are still in custody. But we must explain one thing and make it very clear that to protest and demonstrate in this country is a constitutional provision. I don't need anybody for me to be able to demonstrate and do a public gathering. It's a provision inscribed in the Constitution of this republic, which is a supreme law of the land. Of course, we know that there is a public gathering act that is there to regulate, of course, what should happen. That's why during this protest, we have formally notified the police. We have notified the police to come here, not to come and shoot anybody, not to come and intimidate anyone. We inform the police to come and protect us. So when police are parked and gathered there, they are not there to threaten you, they are there to protect you. So they will protect us all day from me until something like this program is done. Yes. So we are going to start with the program because the program is very we are going to visit a lot of institutions. So we cannot just waste time at one institution. Yes. The problem I have when we start with arrogance, we cannot talk about the arrogance. It's very important. This is our program. We're in charge of the program, so we must follow the program. We are not going to be compared or forced by anyone in terms of what must happen. Yes. So this is what is going to happen. So we are going to give to the GP of NEFF so that it's going to be a petition. So we can hear Chinatown because this is the hub of the business establishment of Chinese nation. This is Chinatown, but it's not China. It's Namibia. It's just an establishment, but this will remain our country. We are not in the People's Republic of China here. We are still in the Republic of Namibia. But of course, we took them as brothers and sisters that helped us during our difficult and dark days of the war. But that should not be translated that we shouldn't be undermined. That they shouldn't respect women's rights, they shouldn't respect our laws, they shouldn't respect our labor laws. It's a country, it's a sovereign country, it's not run from somewhere in Asia. We run it ourselves and we are native of this land. So the Deputy President is going to do the petition. Yes, we have requested that the two owners of the land notes of this Fuji or something and this one were informed that the other one is owned by Stina, the other one is owned by Tegwang. My informed Tegwang is there in prison in Angola. So maybe it couldn't be released to come and visit the petition. Yeah, but we know people like Tegwang are the ones that were shipping money around 5 billion from our country to take it to China. We know these are the guys who own these properties. So we are happy that Stina who is here, she's going to listen, and I hope she's going to listen very carefully. If she doesn't understand, we must get someone to translate properly, because this is something. Deputy President, we are going to give him that opportunity to read the petition. Yeah, then there we can give the way forward in terms of what is.
With me generation. The regime has taken a posture to protect the interests of the foreign nationals, particularly Asians and Indians nationals, at the expense of the native citizens of our country. We therefore demand the following from the owner. I know you own one of the complex here. And please share the same information with your friend Jack Wang. Number one, we express our dissatisfaction with imported and locally manufactured counterfeit goods by the Chinese business based in Namibia, while they are still allowed to trade with those goods with no objection from the authorities. Number two, we note the exploitation of Namibian workers by the arrogant and racist Chinese at these complexes owned and administered by Chinese. Our poor black people are being exploited like animals with low wages such as 400, with no benefits and workers' privilege. Number three, money laundering and tax evasion. We have information at our disposal that the Chinese business people trading in these shopping complexes have stored billions of Namibian currency in boxes in various storerooms in those shops. We know the specific shops and the storerooms where the money is being hidden, ready for shipping to China in Asia. We demand for the removal of the money with assistance of the Namibian police and the authority. The Chinese business people here don't utilize banking service in Namibia, which is a deliberate move to avoid paying tax and cheating our state from benefiting from the business transaction. We demand for auditing of their books in compliance with our relevant tax law. Number four, accommodation. The Chinese business people trade and sleep here at the China shopping complex, while this is not a residential area, but an industrial zone for trading. Therefore, we demand the immediate stop to sleeping here and the removal of betting today. They must find accommodation elsewhere. Chinese must find accommodation elsewhere, like in informal settlement or backyard flats of black people. Number five, sexual harassment. We are by frustrated workers of these complexes that the Chinese shop owners are busy sexually harassing female employees. The Chinese bosses are busy sleeping with our girlfriends at their mattresses that they are later sold to us as second hands. We demand this to stop. Number six, kidnapping. We have been alerted that since the beginning of the NEFF program of action, the Chinese have resorted to kidnapping black people inside their shops. We demand for the premises search for all shops and the release of our people. Number seven, labor practices. Chinese businesses owners here have here. Number eight, we are concerned with sovereignty of our country. This is Namibia, it's not China. The promise for ventures. As a political to rectify and abide yourself to the demand we put forth. And I thank you. And I also need you to sign this petition.
Okay.
Please.
There is a petition about has been read.
I need to sign.
The petition in front of the
And
Thank you very much.
I hope you will come back to us very soon.
I received. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
That, as you saw, was the petition handover to Stina, who allegedly owns one of the complexes there. She is now going to go. It seems like Pao Pao there from the affirmative repositioning is asking her a number of questions. It seems like there are questions being asked there to her.
Say something. Say something. I will sign it. Sign it.
It seems like she is heading in to the complex there, does not want to speak to or is not speaking to. That is Pao Pao from the affirmative repositioning movement. The protest and the demonstration is set to start now, or just started already, and is heading to the Ministry of Home Affairs. We are waiting for another update there from the leadership of the NEFF as well as AR. As you heard, a number of demands being read there. Number one, labor contracts for all the employees of those who work at Chinatown shopping complex here at Windhoek, essentially at the northern industrial side, also being called out there for allegedly sleeping, the Chinese shop owners sleeping, allegedly sleeping with employees as well, kidnapping being mentioned there, a number of demands being mentioned there, and they gave the deadline of the 31st of May for everything to be rectified in accordance to the demands that they gave there. We are waiting on the leadership to just give direction as to when exactly they will move from here to the other side. Ojo. No.
Oh, he's
We are currently live here in front of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, where the Minister, Lucia Ipumbu, is expected to receive the petition here from the demonstrators. Now, if you just joined us, this demonstration started at Chinatown Shopping Complex there in the Northern Industrial Area. We moved then to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration and Safety and Security. Now, these people wanted to essentially hand over the petition to the Minister, Albert Kawana, but he did not come out. In fact, they sent a deputy director, and the protesters did not take lightly to that matter and essentially said they will not hand over the petition until the minister himself is here. Now, we are here. We got word here from the leadership and from the police that the Minister of Trade and Industry, Lucia Ipumbu, is currently waiting to receive the petition. Now, we do not yet know what the demand for this specific ministry is, but if we go by what activist George Kambala said earlier, he said that they need to ask the Ministry of Trade and Industry to take control of the matter and those trading in the country, especially Chinese nationals. And they also mentioned Indian nationals who are exploiting the people, ensuring that they do adhere to all the regulations and laws when it pertains to trade in the country. One of the issues they mentioned was that the Chinese shop owners essentially sleep at the same establishment. They sleep where they sell, and as you heard Kambala say earlier this morning, that should not be acceptable, because if a Namibian does it, it's a different situation. Now, we'll keep on updating you. We are currently waiting here for the minister to appear. As you see, the crowd walked all the way from Chinatown, walked all the way from the Ministry of Home Affairs, and we are currently here. The crowd keeps on growing bigger as people along the way also join the crowd, but we'll keep you updated as the time goes. We'll continue to show you scenes here in front of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Currently live in front of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, where police officers have started to get violent, and a senior police officer has now resorted to pushing journalists around. Currently in front of the Ministry of Home Affairs, journalists have identified themselves clearly. They are on the side behind the police officers, in fact. Yet a senior police officer has resorted to pushing journalists, cameraman from the Namibian newspaper and Desert Radio this afternoon. As we stand in front, there was no instruction given to journalists to move. Yet a senior police officer, instead of talking to others, has now pushed journalists around. We will continue to report to you live here from the Ministry of Trade and Industry. We are currently waiting on the minister to come out. That is Minister Lucia Ipumbu. The officer has now also returned to another corner, and we cannot see him right now on camera, but we will continue to report to you live here from the Ministry of Trade as the demonstration continues.
Here is Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters bringing the petition to your attention. Immediately after I read out the petition, I would like the Honorable Minister to sign it in front of me and say, I receive it. Thank you. Thank you very much. As the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters, NEFF, through the days of the captured state, we were lost and in the hopeless place. directionless and without a prospect. This is until radical, militant, commissars, activists, and forces from across all corners of Namibia took a conscious decision to organize and form the economic emancipation struggle on behalf of the dejected masses of our people. As the leftist and the revolutionary movement in Namibia, we trace our origin not just to the birth of the working class struggle, but even beyond. We draw our being from the eternal dejected of the poor, the working class, and the oppressed Africa masses. It is from this conviction and undisputed reality that a lineage of radical militant young men and women have been born. The revolutionary organization has decided to stage a mass national protest against the imported counterfeit products by the Chinese business personnel in Namibia, while opting to ban and destroy the products of the Order With Me generation. The regime has taken a posture to protect the interests of the foreign nationals, particularly Asians and Indians nationals, at the expense of the native citizens of our country. We demand the following from the Ministry of Industrialization, Trade, SME Development. This ministry is supposed to be responsible for promoting growth and development of the economy through the formulation and implementation of appropriate policies to attract investment, increase trade, develop and expand the country's industrial base. However, we are very concerned on the operations and directions of this ministry on its responsibilities. The Directorate of International Trade in the Department of Trade and Commerce in this ministry has failed on its function. What policy formulation has the ministry put in place to regulate and control the establishment and administering of businesses registered by foreign nationals? Foreign companies exist here in Namibia with no regards of our laws, regulations, and its people. Why does the ministry grant permission to foreign nationals to come and liquidate our very own local businesses? We demand the strict measures and regulations on the business dealings of international trade. The ministry is supposed to be responsible for industrial and enterprise development, which is the responsibility of the Directorate of Industrial Development. However, we are concerned on the establishment of industrial such as Chinatown that only prioritize foreign such as Chinese business, while local businesses has no industrial development, other than just open markets and cabana areas. We call on the ministry to get serious with the development of industrial for our local businesses, particularly those resorting to counterfeit goods. We demand the following, Honorable Minister. Number one, we demand strict regulations of registration and operations of companies by foreign nationals. Number two, we demand for the ministry to stop importation of all products into the country and rather facilitate domestic manufacturing and production. Number three, we caution against criminal under the false pretenses of investors, the likes of Jack Wang, Ernest Ajobi, Enoch Kamushinda, who are convicted of defrauding our country under your watch, Honorable Minister. Number four, we demand for the closure of all Chinese retailers and be only allowed to trade as wholesalers, Honorable Minister. I repeat this one, and I repeat this one. We demand for the closure of Chinese retailers and be only allowed to trade as wholesalers. Retailing business must be preserved for our local and domestic markets, Honorable Minister. Number five, we demand for the deregistration of foreign businesses that do not pay tax, do not bank with our local banks, and do not comply with our tax. They must pay and leave, Honorable Minister. As a political party, that aspires to free the working class and the poor of the Republic of the Namibians, we deem it fit to present to you the feeling of our people. We therefore give you until Tuesday, the 31st May 2022, to rectify and abide yourself to the demands we put forth. And I thank you. I would like you to sign the petition and say, I receive it.
For presenting your petition in a manner that you did. We took note of it. We are going to study it and revert back in due course. Thank you.
And there you have it, the Minister of Trade and Industry there responding to the demands there. One of the demands is the deregistration of foreign national companies that have not and are not paying tax and do not bank with banks in Namibia. One of the others are the closure of Chinese traders as retailers. They should not be retailing, they should only be home traders. And the other one is the stop the importation of foreign goods and start with the development of Namibian products here at home. So that's some of the demands. We will keep you updated as we move on. We are headed to the Namibia Revenue Agency. Thank you so much for joining us on the Namibians page. Do continue as we bring you live here. We bring it to the scenes live here from the Ministry of Trade, Industry and SME Development. Thank you so much. Or the man we just showed you was the commissioner who in fact pushed our camera woman and she almost fell and broke the camera. As I told you earlier, a journalist was pushed. That is our camera woman, Bianca Paulus, and she was pushed by that commissioner who you just saw on our screen. Currently, we are in front of the Ministry of Finance, currently waiting for the Commissioner of Namibia Revenue Agency, Sam Shavute, who is supposed to receive the petition from the demonstrators here. Now all of this sparked because of where NAMRA burned counterfeit goods to the worth of 5 million Namibian dollars, and these young people or these people demonstrating are saying that the law should be implemented across the board and should not just be implemented to some Namibians while others in the same country are doing this. And the NAMRA in a statement said that the majority of the goods that were destroyed were not from Namibians, although they were only a part of it. However, they did not say. However, they indicated that they will not name the nationality of those whose goods were also burned. But we, however, learned during the course of this week on day 2 of the bail hearing for NEFF's Michael Amashulelo and AR's Dinioma, we heard that the state's prosecutor, that is Arya Saman, told the court that he heard that the majority of the goods or part of the goods were also from Chinese nationals who were destroyed. But we will, the leadership of the NEFF, will read a petition to Sam Shavute expecting him to receive the petition. Now, we just came from the Ministry of Trade where the leadership also handed over a petition to them. One of the very clear demands were that they want the closure of Chinese retailers, saying that they should only be home traders. And they also said that the Minister Lucy Pumbo of Trade, Industry and SME should ensure that those who do not pay tax or bank here in Namibia, those Chinese nationals or foreign nationals, should be deregistered. So we are just waiting for the commissioner to come out as we wait for them to address them and essentially hand over the petition and read the petition. We continue to bring you images live here from, we are now at the Ministry of Finance. After this, we are headed to the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration and Safety and Security, where they also demanded to hand over the petition to the Minister Albert Kawana himself and not to anyone else but him. So we are still continuing to report live here. Please do stay tuned.
Hey, gorilla! Hey, hey! Hey! Hey, hey! Down! Hey, hey! Hey! Down, Sam Shivuta, down! Down, Namra, down! Down, Namra, down! Down, Sam Shivuta, down! Down, Sam Shivuta, down! And where is Papa away? And where is the Chinese away? Down, Sam Shivuta, down! Down, Sam Shivuta, down! Down, Namra, down! Down, Namra, down! And where is slavery away? And where is slavery away? And where is captured officials away? Down, Sam Shivuta, down! Down, Namra, down! Down, Namra, down! Power to the youth! Power to the youth! Amandla! Amandla! Colleagues, those paper cups you are using, please, just put them in the dustbin. Don't let them lay around. It doesn't look nice, please. Please, fighters. High discipline. High discipline. Away with the Chinese. Away with the Chinese.
We currently have the commissioner for the Namibia Revenue Agency. For the Revenue Agency here. Thank you for joining us. My name is Shaligan Peterson. We are currently reporting live from the Ministry of Finance, also where the Revenue Agency is stationed. We are waiting for the NEFF leadership to read and hand over the petition to Sam Shivute. He is here with a number of his managers, including that of communications. That is Stephen Dorokade here at the Revenue Agency, also the Ministry of Finance, where they are located. We are waiting for them to start reading the petition. Yeah, they're gonna come.
Hello, officers. Officers, can you please move back one to see some Shivuti? There's even Corona, 2-meter away, please. Can you please move back one to see some Shivuti? Please. It's our program. Now it's like Sam Shivute and police officers program. Can you please run our program? Police officers, please, can you move a bit back? We can't see who's Sam Shivute. Who's Sam Shivute? Who's Sam Shivute? We can't even see who is Sam Shivute. Can the officer please move back? Can the officer please move back? Can Shivute please move forward? Can Shivute please move forward? Who says Sam Shivute now? Sam Shivute. Don't know. Who is Sam Shivute now? No, let's take each other serious, guys. We are running a program. Who is Sam Shivute? We are asking Sam Shivute to come here so we address him. Okay, it's fine. We can stand until 5. No, it's fine. Sam Shivute, please come on board. Sam Shivute, please come on board. Sam Shivute, please come on board. Who is Sam Shivute? Sam Shivute, let us start the program. Who is Sam Shivute? This one. This one. This is the guy. Come on. How are you? How are you? How are you? Very well. How are you? We are your visitors today. When you receive the notification.
Hey, don't touch me like that. This is the commissioner. Don't touch me like that. Hey, hey, hey. You must respect the people. Hey, this way. Okay. You must, hey, respect the people. I'm here. Yeah, you must. Hey, that is my people. Your people is this side. Yeah. Yeah. We don't have a problem with them. Don't touch me like that. Yeah. Stay far. Stay far with me. Who are you? Yes, sir. No, he can't touch me in my body. No. Who is him? Who is him in Namibia? I'm a former front combatant. Who is him? Yeah.
High discipline. High discipline. Okay, so comrades, fighters, activists. The commissioner, Master Shivute, is here. He's here to hear our grievances and our cries. When we say high discipline, high moral, is that we are not made people. We are very organized and we must be disciplined and we must have high moral. So we are saying, let us just move a bit backward. We can't even stand and speak. So we can never properly organize space. Yes, this is a legal protest. So we must be very organized. Yes, and civilized. Yes, so, yes, just move a bit. The police officers, of course, are here to assist and protect everybody. Yes. So let's just create a bit of space. Yeah, Shashi. Let's meet the houses that are here that want to follow. So you need sufficient space. Yes. Yes, please, the colleagues, let's just move. Yes. Let's have sufficient space. I think Master Shivute is tall. All of us can see him from there. Viva to the youth, viva! Forward to young people, forward! Forward to the old downbeat generation, forward! Forward to the buy and sell generation, forward! Forward to the unemployed youth, forward! Amandla! Awetu! Down with counterfeit Chinese products, down! Down with nepotism, down! Down with favoring Chinese, down! Down with Chinese state capture, down! Amanda! Awetu! Komisa Mushalelo Longli. Amantla. Awetu. Yes, so the Deputy President of NEFF is here. He is going to address the Commissioner, I see the other senior officials are here as well. If he does not say it very well, the colleagues can also hear. So this is a serious matter. That's why all these young people are here to give their grievances. So I think this is a peaceful. So it's a formal process. The leadership is going to address, and we hope this matter is going to be taken very seriously. We still have a long program. We are informed that the minister will be available at Home Affairs. Yes, so we are going to see the minister from there. Remember, we have the colleagues that are appearing at court from 2. So there is no justice until our comrades are out of those prison cells. So the program is longer. We must still be HNIs, but most importantly, disciplined. This is a protest. We must not be diverted by people. We are here on a specific program, and we are going to address this to the leadership of NAMRA. So, Amanta! Amanta! Higher discipline! Higher discipline! Higher discipline! Higher moral! Higher moral! Higher discipline! Higher moral! Thank you very much. Commissioner Sam Shivute. This is Honorable Kalimbo Ipumbu, the Vice President of Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters. Today being the 18th of May, it's my birthday month of 2022. We are here in front of your office and would like to hand in our petition in regard to what your office has done to this nation. I'm going to read out the petition. Immediately after I read out the petition, I would like you to sign off the petition from me and please obey with me to say, I receive the petition. And I thank you. As the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters, NEFF, through the days of the captured state, we were lost and in a hopeless place, directionless and without any prospect. This is until radical and militant commissars, activists, forces from across all corners of Namibia took a conscious decision to organize and form the economic emancipation struggle on behalf of the detected masses of our people. As the leftist and revolutionary movement in Namibia, we trace our origin not just to the birth of the working class struggle, but even beyond. We draw our being from the eternal dejection of the poor, the working class and the oppressed African masses. It is from this conviction and undisturbed reality that lineage of radical and militant young men and women have been born. The revolutionary organization has decided to stage a mass national protest against the imported counterfeit products by the Chinese business personnel in Namibia, while opting to ban and destroy the products of the Order with Me generation. The regime has taken a posture to protect the interests of the foreign nationals, particularly Asians and Indian nationals at the expense of the native citizens of our country. Therefore, we demand the following from Namibia Revenue Agency. The Ministry of Finance has merged the Department of Inland Revenue and the Revenue and the Directorate of Customs and Excise into a semi-autonomous revenue agency, the Namibia Revenue Agency, in bracket NAMRA, with the mission to administer and enforce the tax and custom laws of Namibia with consistency, fairness, efficiency, and effectiveness course with a focus on the needs of each taxpayer and trader. We are concerned on the mode of operandi of NAMRA. Therefore, we are compelled to demand the following. Number one, we demand the reduction of the remuneration package of NAMRA senior official by 40%. We demand the reduction of the remuneration packages of NAMRA senior official by 40%. As a privilege, people like the commissioner is getting paid over 2 million annually, excluding bonuses and other benefits. Number two, we call on NAMRA to institute an operation against the counterfeit products. We call on NAMRA to institute an operation against the counterfeit product in the Chinatown complex. Number three, we call on NAMRA to conduct tax audit on the Chinese-owned businesses, particularly Chinatown and elsewhere in the country. Number four, we demand the refund of the product banned by NAMRA at the value of 5 million. We demand the refund of the product banned by NAMRA at the value of 5 million, which belongs to the order with me generation. Number five, calling for the Commissioner Sam Shivute to declare his asset, as it is alleged that he owns 2 shops in Chinatown. Hence his reluctance to act on Chinese businesses. Number six, Commissioner, NAMRA is directed to stop discriminating against our black local entrepreneurs. Number seven, we are calling for the closure of NAMRA and for the agency to be reintegrated back in the Ministry of Finance. In conclusion, as a political party that aspires to free the working class and the poor of Namibia, we deem it fit to present to you the total feeling of our people. We therefore give you until the 31st of May 2022 to rectify and abide yourself to the demand we are putting forth to you. And I thank you. With me is the petition. I would like you please to sign it and please say, I receive it. Yes. Yes. Yes, you please need to sign. Yeah. Just sign. Please say to the fighters that you have received the petition. Yes. Please with respect. Higher discipline, higher moral.
Honorable Ipumbu, on behalf of Namibia Revenue Agency, I hereby confirm that we have received your petition, and my team and I, we will study the petition and will revert back to you. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you very much. All right.
That was the Commissioner of the Revenue Agency, Namibia Revenue Agency, also known as NAMRA. Now, there were a number of demands. Firstly, the closure of NAMRA, that is, and also adding that the remuneration packages of the executives in NAMRA should be also reduced. Another demand was an audit report be done on all Chinese retailers, as well as a number of demands. Let me just get my phone out here. Yes, they also want a refund of all the products that were burned during the exercise 2 weeks ago when NAMRA burned counterfeit goods worth 5 million. But we're going to move now. Please do stay tuned. We are moving to the Ministry of Home Affairs. Thank you so much. We parked very far, so we are...
Who speaks Lozi? You can make Kawana to understand. Nire vahuga silozi uzeme translator wale kanazi wa Kawana marato aroga kumdindira kwa zinge sakatengura heno kwa kara kupi akara awize wandu wako chita kuna kwa China takwa chita wako futa 800 per month isinchoyo awize kwa mtandere kama golet awize ihare isinchoyo watu wako chita kuna $800 silozi. Who can speak Silozi? Come and speak. Come. Wize. Come.
Maybe Kawana speaks Chinese now. So is there anybody to speak to Kawana in Chinese? Maybe Kawana speaks in Chinese now. Colleagues, does Kawana speak Chinese now? Because we tried speaking to him in English, he's not coming. Okay, I see we have a colleague here. Oh, maybe Kawana speaks Chinese now. So, is there anybody that speaks Chinese? Is there anybody that speaks Chinese so he comes and translates to Kawana? But Kawana, please come out.
Bakawana.
Colleagues, you can see, guys, we are peaceful, we are enjoying ourselves, we are being tolerant. But please tell Kawana not to come and test our patience. We still need to go to Katutura for our brothers. Please bring Kawana up so we hand over the petition, then over we go. Please, tell Kawana to come out immediately.
Would love to ask the Namibian police, you are here because of us. What is the way forward? We have a program that we need to run, and this is not part of our program. Please speak to Kawana and get back to us. We need direction. If not, then we don't need the Namibian police here so that we can take things in our own hands. Thank you. Move behind the posters, please. Colleagues, move behind the posters. You should not be in front of the poster, please. Colleagues, you don't want the Namibian police to overtake you to discipline you. Please move behind. High discipline. High discipline. And why with captured officials away? And why with captured officials away? Don't go on a dam. Don't go on a dam. Down Namra dam. Down Namra dam. Down Samshibuta dam. Down Samshibuta dam. And why with the Chinese away? And why with the Chinese away? And why with the Chinese away? Lombeleni, Kawana, Chanepi. We acknowledge your presence even though we are very much upset and disappointed in the authorities because this is a sign of not taking the youth serious, and this has been happening for the past 32 years. Next time we send out a petition, we accept the minister to come out here and receive a petition. We mean serious business. Let this be the last time you standing in for somebody else. If we want to see you, we will personally come for you. But right now we wanted to see Kawana. But nevertheless, we have a program to follow for the day. We will accept this, but this should be your last time standing in like this. Please, don't come and stand in for other people. We don't want puppets in Namibia. Our officials away! Officials away! Down, down, down! Down, Kastola down! Down, Kastola down!
Forward to the youth, forward! Long live activist Dino, long live! Long live Commissar Michel, long live! Forward to the youth, forward! Forward to the Commander-in-Chief, forward! Forward to President Mupilongo, forward! Forward to the Deputy President, forward! Movement forward!
Amantla! Awatu! Awatu!
Awetu! Higher discipline! Higher discipline! Higher discipline! Higher moral! Higher moral! Thank you very much for the floor. Honorable Minister, we had been here before, and we would like to appreciate your presence here. In actual fact, we wanted to see Honorable Minister Kawana. So, in his absence, we would like to give this appreciation that you make out your own time to come and receive this petition. I'm going to read this petition as the Vice President of Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters. Immediately after I finish with the petition, I would like the Honorable Minister Deputy Minister to sign off the petition from me, and please to say, yes, I receive the petition. As the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters, NEFF, through the days of the captured state, we were lost and in hopeless place, directionless and without any prospect. This is until radical and militant commissars, activists, forces from across all corners of Namibia took a conscious decision to organize and form the economic emancipation struggle on behalf of the detected masses of our people. As the leftist and the revolutionary movement in Namibia, we trace our origin not just to be the birth of the working class struggle, but even beyond. We draw our being from the eternal dejection of the poor, the working class, and the oppressed African masses. It is from this conviction and undisturbed reality that lineage of radical and militant young men and women have been born. The revolutionary organization has decided to stage a mass national protest against the imported counterfeit products by the Chinese business personnel in Namibia, while opting to ban and destroy products of the order with me generation, Honorable Minister. The regime has taken a posture to protect the interests of the foreign nationals, particularly Asians and Indian nationals, at the expense of the native citizens of our country. Therefore, our demand are as follows to the Minister of Home Affairs, Safety and Security. The vision of the Namibian government is to transform the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security into a highly efficient organization that will make all Namibians proud. However, the ministry has diverted from that and had rather diverted to serving the interest of settlers and colonizers. Sorry. We are concerned with the modus operandi of NAMRA. 1. Resignation of the motivational speaker. He must go cancel the depressed people. Ministry of Health can employ her. 2. Reduce the remuneration of senior officials by 50%. SEM is getting 2 million annually, Honorable Deputy Minister. Refund the order with me generation. Call for SEM to declare his asset. He got some 2 shops in Chinatown. Calling NAMRA closure, Honorable Deputy Minister. SEM is a murderer, a bloodsucker, oppressor. Stop hating our local entrepreneur. And with this, as a radical movement, Honorable Minister, that aspires to free the working class and the poor of Namibia, we deem it fit to present to you the total feeling of our people. We therefore give you until Tuesday, 31st May 2022, to rectify and abide by the demand we put forth. I thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister. Just to sign off the petition. DP?
He's a former police commander. He doesn't have a problem. I am Morar. I am Morar. Thank you. Right there. The camera.
Thank you very much. I acknowledge the receipt of your petition. We shall deal with it in terms of our the mandate of our ministry and in terms of the law. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Minister, and we thank you very much.
Okay.
Fighters, we will proceed now to Kabutura Court to give support to our comrades that have the hearing that is continuing today. I thank you.
So we are here at the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security. We just came here from the Ministry of Trade and Industry as well as the Revenue Agency. Earlier the group was here, however the Minister wasn't here, but now the Deputy Minister, that is Daniel Kashikolo, received the petition on behalf of Minister Albert Kawana. The group seems to be moving towards the Bantuk Magistrates Court at Katatura, and then after the court they will go to the Chinese embassy. So please do stay tuned. We continue to follow the crowd as they move from one place to another. Thank you so much. Continue to comment on what you think of the situation and how you think the day has gone. Please do comment underneath. We are reading it and we will take note of it. Thank you so much. My name is Shiligan Peterson. We continue to show you live scenes here from the Home Affairs Ministry.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming today once again. Well, today's update is very clear and concise. We managed to finalize our submissions and motivate why we think our clients, being Amusherero and Nauyoma, should be granted bail. Together with my our submissions known both orally and in writing. Our job is basically done. What we now anticipate are the submissions of the state, which will be delivered tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Yes. We share your frustration. We sympathize with it because we feel it as well. But the nature of judicial proceedings is such that it's quite slow. But we are thankful that it is finally coming to an end tomorrow. But so yes. Yes, oh yeah, otoko dite moi-même. Shosho wete atoti. Oh, we are thankful for your coming and we are inspired by you. The fact that you don't give up, we also don't give up. We're inspired by your display of discipline. We're inspired by your display of high morale, and we will continue to be inspired as we return to court tomorrow. We encourage you all not to surrender. We encourage you all not to give up hope, because at least we are enjoying our liberty. But Dina Oyoma and Amushirelo are in custody. It's worse for them. So we need to exercise our political rights in terms of the constitution and come and support them tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Inantilo tatu sindano.